I'm Catherine Marinac. I'm with the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute and Harvard School of Public Health, and I'm with the Myeloma Working Group. So part of my work as part of this myeloma working group has really focused on the influence of lifestyle factors as it influences myeloma risk. And some recent findings put forth by me and colleagues as part of this working group have suggested that obesity and other modifiable lifestyle factors are associated with an increased risk of developing myeloma. And our findings support this notion that maintaining a lean body size throughout the lifespan and preventing excess weight gain throughout life is a potential prevention strategy for myeloma. Another really interesting work presented by colleagues at this consortium has suggested for the first time that modifiable lifestyle factors influence survival after a diagnosis of myeloma. So specifically, some work demonstrated very recently suggests that adherence to a healthy diet might improve survival among patients after a diagnosis of myeloma. So as a member of the myeloma working group with Interlymph, how we're contributing to kind of the knowledge base is by collaboratively pooling information that we collect at each site, given that myeloma is a relatively rare cancer, so it's difficult to find large enough populations of patients to study at one single center. So some of our future work with the myeloma working group is to use some genetic information to better understand some of these associations that we've been seeing with lifestyle factors and myeloma risk. So specifically, we're looking at genetic predisposition to obesity and other anthropometric traits like waist and hip circumference to see if an individual's genetic predisposition to these traits is associated with the risk of myeloma. And we're looking at genetic predisposition by taking DNA from patients that have myeloma and those that don't. And we determine genetic predisposition by looking at DNA variants in an individual's DNA. So the information that we learn from those studies can help us understand if there's some sort of biological basis for the findings that we're seeing or associations between these obesity measures and anthropometric traits and myeloma, or perhaps if it's explained by something that's correlated. And we're using this same approach to look at genetic information to better understand the plausibility of other risk factors that are potentially associated with myeloma.